Hey guys, this is Frankie 大家好，我是 Frankie and welcome back to the 24 days till Christmas. Today is the 24th day, which means it is Christmas Eve right now. It is Christmas Eve, which means tomorrow is Christmas. So today's video is from the Frankie Twitch stream vault and it will be making a Star Ornament. Today's beverage, actually it is tea because we started off with a tea, so we're ending off with a tea. It is going to be corn silk tea. 我不知道这个茶很好喝，但是我觉得很独特。So let's taste this. I basically said, I don't know if this tea is gonna taste good, but I think it's unique. So let's get on into this. I actually like, this is like one of my favorite parts, is like, let's drink the beverage, let's make a tea. I don't know why, but this is like a fun part for me. But if it wasn't fun, I guess I wouldn't be doing it, right? I'm gonna do half of the water, and I did sweeten the water just a little bit. I'm going to let that steep for a few minutes, and then we will taste. All right, let us see how this tastes. When I first started smelling it, it kind of reminds me of, I think like Sugar Smacks in a way? I don't know. Maybe because it's like a corn cereal. It kind of reminds me of, yeah, those smacks of the frog, the little frog. So this is what the tea looks like. Let's tasty taste. It's hot. It's quite interesting, but it's not bad. It definitely has corn flavor, but I'm not thinking of like corn that you get on the cob. It tastes, or reminds me more of like a puffed corn type of thing. Like, I don't know, it just reminds me more of puffed corn. Alright guys, well, let's get into the video. Now this is a Twitch stream that I did in the past, pre-2020. I'm basically talking about I can hear the music in my ears while I'm trying to talk, but it's distracting me when I'm trying to talk to them. But unfortunately it's music you guys can't hear. I'm making some Christmas ornaments, and I'm basically using Simplicity's 8035. And I'm basically talking about how you can use felt and stuffing and a lot of other things. And I said that I noticed that I thought you had to use a sewing machine, but actually you can just do it by hand. And I thought it was pretty cool. And I said, let's get on into this. I'm trying to paraphrase a little bit of this. Now I'm talking about I have 6 ornaments, and I tried to pre-cut these. And I'm just going through them. And the reason why I cut them small is so that I wouldn't be like folding them out like a newspaper while I'm trying to cut on the stream. And they also include patterns for the stuffed animal versions. So if you want a big plushie, and maybe you want to make it and throw it on your couch or your bed. But today I'm going to be focusing on the little baby versions, the ornaments. So we have the gingerbread man. We have the deer. We have the star, which I'm going to be doing today. We have the Yeti. We're not doing all of this today, is what I'm saying. We have the penguin. And we have the snowman pattern. And I just said I didn't want to lose them, so I'm going to put them in a nice location. And I'm basically talking about my camera. When I had my camera on, it would like to pulse. It still does. I'm not sure how to combat that, but that's just kind of what I'm talking about. So right now I'm going to be cutting this out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just fast forward through this, me cutting it. What I realized with these patterns later is I could have just cut out one of them, maybe the one with the face on it, because it's practically the same thing. So you don't really need to cut out both. But if you want to, go for it. But that's what I kind of gathered when I did it. And also I'm talking with my chat, so that's why I'm pausing and stopping. So I'm basically listening to what I'm saying and I'm gonna say to you guys. So if I have a delay or I pause, that's the reason. But I decided to use this yellow felt for the star. I was trying to find a different yellow shade at Michael's, but I had a hard time finding it. And I was gonna use a different color, and I'll show you in a minute. I was just trying to find a good yellow. That's the yellow I found and decided to use. But if I couldn't find anything better than that yellow, I was gonna go with this cream color that's I'm about to show. And I said I didn't know how much to get at the time, and I said I bought too much. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I bought too much. But it was gonna be that off-white color if I didn't find anything better. And then I was thinking about doing it in two different options, one in the off-white and one in the yellow, but I just decided to do just in the yellow. Now I'm cutting it out, and I'm just going to fast forward this here. Also, when you're cutting out the star, you can just fold the felt in half, put one pattern down, and then just cut it all out instead of cutting each individual piece. Now I'm just gonna mark where the eyes and the smile should be. The music playing in the background right now is the theme song for Teen Titans. Yeah, I would originally just have you guys listen to the original, but unfortunately there's music in here that can't be aired. So now I'm just gonna stab the eye with the pen so that I can flip it back and mark where the eyes are going to go. And I'm just kind of explaining that to the chat of an easy way to try to mark. Now here I'm not following the drawing on the pattern, I'm just creating my own, which you can do as well. Have you guys ever heard of this candy or seen this candy? This is the candy I was getting to my dad because it's one of his favorite candies. I'm just curious, have you ever heard of Mary Jane's before? I'm telling the telling the chat, shh, don't tell Daddy, because I showed them his gift to them. And I'm just showing bells and stuff that I bought to decorate these things. You don't necessarily need to have bells, but I think it's fun. So now I am embroidering the smile. Just sealing the threads with fabric tack to make sure it doesn't come apart or anything like that, because of what I noticed is sometimes when you knot it and it goes through the felt, like it goes through the felt because it's not like normal fabric. So that's why I'm using fabric tack to kind of secure it in place. So now I'm clipping a hole so that I can slide the shank button on in. Right now I'm using a flat shank button. And I'm just showing that how flat it is. And then I am debating to use the flat shank button or the domed shank button. And so right now I'm just going to show the difference. And see it how it's domed out versus the flat. So I decided to go ahead with the domed version. And right now I'm just going to put fabric tack around the hole so that when I place the shank button in, it'll stay in place. So I'm going to fast forward it. So now here I was basically pulling my chat to see whether I should use the iridescent ribbon or the gold ribbon, and my chat picked iridescent. So now I'm about to blanket stitch all the way around, and I'm just going to leave the opening at the bottom so I can stuff it later. And now I'm just going to speed it up. Now I'm attaching the ribbon. I'm basically going to fabric tack it and glue it onto one side of the star. So it'll stay in place, and then I can just go ahead and stitch all the way around and not have to worry about trying to secure it in because it's already secured in. It is now time to stuff. I decided to do it in small portions. So now it's time to stitch up the open hole. And basically I ran out of thread, so I had to retie it. So it's just a fresh new string so that I can sew up the bottom. Basically right now I finished stitching, so now I'm just knotting it so that I can finish it off. Then I'm just trimming up the ends. And I'm using fabric tack to secure the ends so that they don't unravel. But right now I'm just cleaning the nozzle off. But I'm just securing it down with fabric tack. And I'm explaining that to my chat the reason why I'm using fabric tack and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm getting ready to place on the bow. This is the color that my chat picked. It was red. So basically what I'm going to do is take some embroidery floss and I'm going to tie it down the middle of the rectangle to make it look like a bow. So this is what I'm about to do now. So now I'm just going to use fabric tack to secure and to glue the ends to the back of the bow. But I have to clean my thing off again, my nozzle. Also putting a little bit on the star just for some security. And here is the finished star. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.